Tonight's guest is an award-winning actress, television presenter and a producer, and she won the 2011 Best Actress in a Leading Role at the AMAA Awards for her performance in Sinking Sands. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Amake Abebrese.
How are you?
Awesome. What's good?
Aww.
Have a seat.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the Celebrity Fanzone.
Yeah, it's always good to be here. This is like, oh God, this studio.
You've been watching us from afar for too long.
Yes. And obviously this studio takes me way back. You know, I remember we built this studio and it's just like, takes me back.
There you go.
To my head of production days here.
Yeah.
Just takes me back. But it's good to be back.
How's your Christmas been? What have you been doing?
What did I do? I ate lots of food.
That makes three of us.
Yeah, and I worked through it, but it was nice. It was actually nice. My sister was here from London, and my cousin came in the new year with her husband and their baby. So it was a pretty nice family time. It was lovely.
That sounds good. You should have invited me. I hear you cook some pretty good turkey.
Please, I ain't cook nothing. Please. I don't cook nothing. I was eating.
My cousin cooks better.
Huh? I can cook. I just don't cook. No, I can cook. It takes a lot for me to cook.
I agree. So earlier, we were discussing the whole boycott to the Oscars thing, and we even have a tweet saying we shouldn't be too emotional about the black actors because they have to get their acts together anyway. That's why they weren't nominated. You played a role in Beast of No Nations.
A tiny role.
But still a role, and was ultimately like snubbed in the Oscars. What is your take on this whole boycott to the Oscars thing?
It's interesting. I posted something I saw on CNN earlier on today on my Facebook that Beast of No Nation is arguably the biggest snub of the Oscars in terms of all the noise.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Oscars, I think 14 wins in 80 years is totally unacceptable. And I think it's just become too much of a black and white issue. There's a whole bunch of other groups, Hispanics, you know, Asians.
Oh my goodness, they totally ignore Asians.
So bottom line is I think this Oscars so white, they've made it a black and white issue literally because, okay, blacks against whites. But there's a whole other bunch of racists or even minorities and groups who have been ignored.
True.
I don't think, and I think the fact that the Oscars have also stepped up and say we know something is wrong. We're making a change as of now.
Oh, they've known a long time. The only reason why is there's a boycott now.
They started with the whole the sexism, so now they're trying to make more space for women.
Yes, and different ethnic groups and so forth.
I think one of those military movies was directed by a woman and she won. I think it was the first female.
Yes, the movie about getting Saddam Hussein.
Black something
down. It was something down. Okay. I remember.
Yes, that was one of the first ones.
No, put it this way. I think you know. I think Jada Pinkett had some very valuable points. It became very personal, and I think they've received a lot of attacks. But bottom line is, people always get attacked. If you even take it back, when Martin Luther King and Malcolm X were fighting for civil rights, people attacked them, including their own black supporters. People. Years down the line, they applauded. So I think, and people are saying it's because Will wasn't nominated. I don't think it's necessarily about that.
It's bigger than that.
And I don't think it's a black and white issue. That's what actually annoys me. I think it's
all
minority. Maybe from Jada's standpoint, it was a black and white issue. But I love the fact that Idris Elba gave a speech at in the UK at the House of Commons, I think. Yes, and he made a speech about diversity, and diversity meaning how many gay people are you having in your things, how many disabled people are on your TV screens, black and Asians. So that is not just a black and white issue. Let's move away from that, and let's go across board.
I totally agree with you. If we have something like in Ghana, more normal reality where, for instance, a gay thing, I'm sorry, I have to go there.
Are you promoting it? I read that I think you're promoting it.
I mean, it will be normalized. That's what film does. That's what movie does. It normalizes reality.
It cannot be you know why it cannot happen? You need to be realistic to the laws of your land. As long as homosexuality is illegal. It's illegal. It is.
It's illegal.
It is. We still stand.
It is.
Okay.
Sodomy.
No, but so
it's sodomy.
It's lesbian.
Is that right? So change the law first. The United Kingdom and United States, they changed the laws. Okay. No, bottom line is legally, you should need to get a lawyer in. Sodomy is against the
It's
law.
is against the law, correct. But married people are
they call it unnatural carnal knowledge, and they put homosexuality at their unnatural carnal knowledge, which is hypocritical in a sense.
What are they doing?
That's also deemed as unnatural.
No, but it's not illegal.
But it doesn't mean because there's a law against it that means we should go according to the laws of the land.
Until you change the law, as much as you can now decide to do as a producer, as a director, do a scene in a film where you're showing
that's activism in art.
However, because the law of the country says it is, you can actually possibly be arrested for promoting it.
In a few movies though like that, they have.
But Ghana is very lax. I think that's the thing about it.
Yeah, we're lax.
If I'm following from what Amma says, she has a point, because right now on Viasat we're showing Empire, whereas for me Empire to me is about the music. It's about the music industry. And it's what happens with a family. Of course, families have up and downs. Families have different kind of characters. You have a son who has bipolar. You have a son who's wannabe gangbanger. You have a father who's a vicious. And you have the mom, and then you have the homosexual son.
But it's an American show. It is not a Ghanaian show.
We're saying that's
finish. Let me
normalize
finish.
it. Yeah.
So when we started advertising that, Viasat, we're going to start showing Empire. Oh, you homosexual channel. You are homosexuals.
Seriously?
All of you are lesbians. Blah, blah. Like, the comments, I was just like, really? The Facebook page was absolutely ridiculous. So on Wednesday, my friend messaged me and said, I'm watching Empire, but everything's been cut out. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, the part where Jamal is singing about, his song that he comes out. And instead of saying she, he said, he is the most beautiful girl. They said, they cut it all out. And so she's like, it doesn't make sense, because at the end of the day, he's the one the company gets left for. So you're missing all the gist.
However, maybe that comes back to the point of we are living in a country whereas something is illegal. So until the law is changed.
But when you say until the law was changed, this is how it happens. It never starts. The civil rights didn't start with went to the law. It started with activism. It started with people protesting on the streets.
Okay,
and that was how it built the conversation.
There are people who are going to say is un-African. There are people who are going to say is this.
Which is why we start the conversation now. But you know what? Let's move on.
The problem is this.
What I do want to know, before we move on, if you don't mind, if you were Chris Rock, would you still host?
I'll get my money. I'll get my money, and I'll be like, listen, because that money can help black people. I'll put them through university. I think Chris Rock should definitely host it, because bottom line is, I think black people still need to be visible. That's the most important thing. You cannot be visible by hiding. I think Chris Rock should do the show. I think he should get paid, because that money can help his family. Chris Rock, holla at me.
Community
I'm a care of rest of fun. Yes,
And
but I do think things will change over time.
Hopefully.
Okay. Recently named 2015's most influential radio and TV host.
Number 1 and 2, girl. Me and Jessica, number 1 and 2. High five.
But it's interesting because you were the most influential, but when you look at the list, you don't do radio, right?
Yeah, but so it's radio and TV.
So technically,
I was not TV.
So I'm number 1 for radio. So congratulations to you as well. But that's not even the point. It's not about me. How did that feel, though?
I found it, I'm not going to lie, I was saying it the other day. So I woke up in the morning, and I think it was, somebody I follow, and they put it, I can't remember. And they were like, oh, yeah, congratulations. I'm on the list of something. I'm like, oh, that's really nice. What is it? And then I was like, oh, I'm on it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm number 1. And for a second, I didn't know what that meant, because it wasn't announced. I didn't know anything about it. I literally woke up one morning. One thing I do like about this particular list is I feel like it's just a thing based on numbers. Nobody knew it was coming. It was strictly on numbers. However, apparently some people do buy social media followers. It happens.
Here in Ghana?
Sure, everywhere. So they buy. So so I love when Instagram a couple of years ago just took away people's followers that were fake.
Wow.
Yeah. So maybe if Facebook and Twitter did this, but then it was nice. I just thought, okay, it's kind of good when it comes.
Is it like extra pressure now to say the smartest thing and stuff?
No, I think because the beauty, I think as Jessica will probably tell you, the beauty of it is we didn't know it was coming. And then, so just be yourself, and I'm really myself. I don't, and for me, I'm on social media because of my fans. I love it. Like literally, sometimes I can sit there and just reply to so many of my fans. Sometimes we argue, we disagree, and it's the fans. Really, hi to all my fans. Love you. And that's pretty much what it is. I think that there's definitely a business aspect of it as a brand, because
of course.
You know, once you're a brand, it can come in handy. But for the most part, it's just for the fans.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.